We'll take only one reply.
Mr. Shanal's matter has been dealt with expressly.
No, everybody's adopted the submission. We'll take one reply.
Well, our respectful submission is this, Malat. Even if the fraction of marks given, that does not alter the position. If someone is getting 3.2 or 3.5 or 3.7, Malat, does not alter the position because the number of candidates, those who are selected, are much below the total vacancy declared. That is the first point before your lordship. That is admitted. Secondly, this argument, my lord, that there are different class of parateachers, there are different angles argued before your lordship with regard to the parateachers in order to stall them from getting the benefit to avoid the judgment. This argument was never floated. In the trial court, my lord, no averment, no argument, nothing was said about the parateachers in the trial court. And parateachers were not represented because of the fact that they were not made parties at all. They were, had they been made parties, my lord, we could have highlighted this issue. And this is my submission to lordship. Huh? Commission.
If you come to paragraph 22 of Justice of the Single Bench Order,
Paragraph 22.
that is the operative portion. 2.2, paragraph 22.
नहीं? Just a minute, man.
No. 22.
Page 319.
The board shall immediately arrange for a recruitment exercise for candidates who were untrained at the time of recruitment, including candidates who have obtained training qualification in the meantime, within a period of 3 months from date, only for the candidates who participated in 2016 recruitment process, where both interview and aptitude test of all examinees shall be taken.
So you are not part of the aptitude test,
I'm not certainly.
but you are part of the interview process.
Exactly.
Then that also comes in with the word and.
I tell you, losses, and
And secondly, you were not there. Mr. Tiwari raised the issue that a fractional marking also affects you in the sense the tenability of the selection.
No, I tell you, losses.
When you say that that experience is to be given in totality of marks, in number of years you have whatever put in, the amendment to 8.3, then in that case, how do you say that you are not part of the interview?
I tell you, losses. So for the fractional of marks, suppose I am entitled to 3, I have been given 2.5, or I am entitled to even worse 2, I am given 2.5. But it doesn't affect the selection because I am the against this selected to be that against the para teachers. But our case is that your losses we have been given lesser, even half marks maybe. This is our case.
Total number of vacancies. Now for the repetition of the process or for the following out of the process imposed by the single bench, you are part of the interview.
I tell you, losses. If your losses, we read the judgment as a whole. Learned single judge questioned your losses. So for those candidates who have both interview and aptitude test, as if aptitude test was not at all taken and totally a 10 marks taken as an interview and given 9.5. So we do not come under this your losses. That's why I submitted before losses. Take for example, I have appeared in interview and got 0. Even then I am selected. So it's a futile exercise. Now your losses, therefore your losses kindly consider the worst example your losses. If we come under this, the interview only we are supposed to appear at the interview board. Malad, this is not a case that the interview was not taken. Now suppose if there is any manipulation in the interview, Suppose I have given 5 out of 5. Does it affect anybody's selection? Because I am within 10% quota and total marks to be allotted. Number of vacancies 4,000 and what? Candidates 210. And therefore, my humble submission, the exercise for para-teacher candidates against earmarked vacancies are a futile exercise.
The two are different aspects. Futile and something which is not contemplated by the rules. Futile is not.
Then your losses, my lord, I get your losses point. If that is so, how could the trained candidates be excluded?
Because the application was not directed against trained candidates.
My lord, I tell you losses.
Directed
Therefore,
to
it is
non-trained candidates.
no.
And the only what is holding us back right now, not me and not the bench and not you, the language of paragraph 22, interview and aptitude.
Exactly. Now your losses can modify that. We are on appeal. Interview and aptitude test. If we delete aptitude test, therefore this judgment is diluted.
Where is why do you say there is the only reflection of aptitude test? No,
And I tell you losses, why this was done. Your losses, kindly have a look at the column. Kindly straightway come to your losses, paragraph 14 of the judgment. I'm clarifying it. This is losses. Now your losses, kindly have a look. Now I give example of a candidate before giving a table prepared for the document on record. That is to say the 121 page booklet. This candidate has got 2.866 in TET out of 5, 1.462 in secondary, and 5.305 in higher secondary out of 10, totaling 7.378. But has been awarded 9.50 marks in the interview and aptitude test. Aptitude test was not taken out of 10. Now pause here for a moment before proceeding further. Therefore, learned single judge.
why didn't you go before the single bench with this table and this application first? Why do you not go before the single bench with this table and
I tell you,
please clarify your order.
Malad, that's your losses, Malad. It's appears from the records. I can come up before your losses. I can. Kindly do not shut our door before your losses. Everything on record.
You have not gone to before the single bench clarifying page.
Malad,
14.
I can't ask for clarification. All that I can move a fresh read petition.
Why can you not ask for a clarification?
Because I am not a party. I cannot ask for clarification, Malad.
Then why can you not move a fresh writ petition?
Malad, before Malad, that's the two options. Malad, that's your lordships can go into this also. Deep of it. Kindly have a look at it. Therefore, Malad, this is the view of the learned single judge, as if interview was taken upon 10 marks without aptitude test. And all the questions, Malad, kindly proceed with this, has been awarded 9.50 marks in interview. Aptitude test was not taken out of 10. So therefore, Malad, 10 was for interview. This is the violation of rules at best, according to the learned single judge. Then your lordships, whose total score became 16.878 and thus become eligible for appointment as a primary school teacher. So learned single judge was of the view, by this process of not taking the aptitude test, a person whose academic qualification is lower have been given 10 by converting the entire 5 plus 5 marks as an interview and giving 10 out of 9.5 out of 10 and brought within the zone of consideration. Kindly consider this. This is the view. So I cannot be brought within these illegalities or irregularities. Cannot be, my lord.
Where is the order? What is the pending SLP before the Supreme Court? What are the details?
My lord, three or four, 3 SLPs have been
Give
preferred.
us
My
the
lord.
details.
A diary number is there. There are some defects, my lord. And board has preferred one.
Board has preferred one. Who else has preferred?
But board has preferred one, and other 2 petitioners who are before your lordship within that matter, they have preferred 2.
So you
Board
have
has-
the diary numbers.
I have the diary numbers.
This supply it. Ask your junior to type it out and give it to our
I
office.
shall.
Now, to that, your losses, my lord, so far the SLP is concerned, your losses.
No harm in preferring an SLP. We want the details. That's
No.
the detail.
That's not that. But I tell you, losses, that do not stand in the way of considering the our case before your lordships. We only want your lordship, we should be excluded. Or my lord, to the extent your lordships has permitted them to proceed with the interview, that should be stayed for we are concerned. Because we are standing totally in a different footing.
Anyway,
This is our case, your lordship.
reserved for orders.
Paragraph 10 is the basis of the order at page 22. Paragraph 10 of the
Key.
learned single benches order, that is the very basis of the logic.
And I am handing it over.
It has, you know,
Application 5 is the modification, prayer for modification.
yes, yes. RA, Bhima.
Five, बोलो।
What is
Five
it?
तो बोलो।
5 to 10 is a holo.
This is 6, 7, 8 is the independent appeal. And 5 is the continuation and the application of modification was. In term, yes, yes. Point is same. Get.
We have to discuss an issue together, so we will again meet after recess.